can't help but notice the high style of the Grizzlies as they came through the tunnel earlier on, all set to take the stage in front of their loyal fans.
JJ, hey.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. We'll watch the Orlando Magic in this one.
Sorry, no job when you're dunking on people.
Here in FedEx Forum. Joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And we'll be getting the inside story tonight. Shams Charania is joining us at the broadcast table. Shams, it is so great to have you by our side.
Kevin, thank you so much. It's great to be here. I always love to follow the game, talk about the game. It should be a lot of fun tonight.
You'll give great insight. We can't wait to get going. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Memphis. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. Then on Wednesday, they'll host the Brooklyn Nets.
And that matchup against the Sixers, it's going to be their 7th outing on the year. You feel the team will continue to round into form.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Bitadze in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Memphis. Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5. And if you talk to guys who know MP, who grew up with him, they'll all say that he lets his game do the talking.
And he's got a very business-like approach to himself when he's on the floor. MP can dish it back if you come at.
So in over a decade, they were fun to watch. Had some money to spend over the summer as well.
The Magic knew they were in a good spot heading into free agency with all that cap space, and they wanted to build around the young core that landed them the 5th seed and players actually now want to come play with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner under Jamal Mosley, and they tried to find players that complement what they already had in place.
Players like Mosley, I mean, that future seems very bright to me.
Players want to come play in Orlando. I've had multiple players, star players, say that's a team that's building the right way.
And one thing to note, MP has vocalized his desire to be the top rookie in this class. He wants to outdo his peers every time he's on the floor.
MP is walking into this league with his sights set high. But guess what? He's got his work cut out for him. When you look at the names in this rookie class, now we get to enjoy watching him chase his dreams here in the NBA. Good luck to MP on the journey.
And for the inside scoop on MP, and I mean inside, let's send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. As you know, there's still a lot of season ahead, but we've got a couple of opposing rookies in this one. When I asked about tonight's matchup against a fellow rookie, MP told me he's made it a goal to prove that he's the best player in this class. He's got a lot of confidence, Kevin.
A ton of confidence, David. That's something you got to have in this NBA.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And Carroll passes to MP. Wagner, right side. 6 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Offensive rebound. Howard kicks to Suggs. Screen by MP. And that one is good from Suggs. Suggs has got 6.
You know, it's not his greatest strength. He's got a lot of different things that he's good at, but Suggs will hit the 3 if you give it to him.
Pass to Jackson. And here is Bane. He's got 8. Morant with it. Missed inside. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That's someone, wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, he sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan.
Dang, bro, I couldn't pass it.
The greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
Here's Aldama. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
14 foul.
It's on Jalen Suggs. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away. But the inside area is their territory.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
Here's Black, guarded by Bain. Anthony against Pippen. Gets up a 3. It's Clark with the rebound. And the Grizzlies leading by 6. Outside Pippen. Pass to Jackson. Outside for Pippen. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Howard. And Greg recently, MP had a milestone game, recording the first triple-double of his career.
And there should be plenty more to come over the course of his career. MP's a guy that's willing and able to do whatever it takes for his team to win.
And Wagner has it in the corner. Ring shot on the way. That's good on the jump shot. Wagner's got his second basket of the night. We have all these great foreign players. Maybe 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA are all foreign players, right? And so much was made of Anthony Edwards. Here's a 22-year-old American player who has maybe the charisma, the game, the everything you could package. It could be our next great player. Is there ever talk around the league about why are European players being so dominant? Where are the great young American players to compete against this great influx of international players?
The grassroots programs, you have to look at what happens abroad and in the States. You have to give a lot of credit to the way that they develop players. Over in Europe, in any of those regions, they do a great job, and those players are hungry, they're driven, they're passionate. They're trying to get here to the States and play basketball at the highest level in the NBA.
Let's go.
And you see at the amateur level, there can be a lot of fluidity, there can be a lot of influx, and players are given so much so soon in America. So to be able to have that chip on your shoulder, to have the passion, and to exude the confidence that Anthony Edwards has, the younger generation of players definitely have someone in Anthony Edwards to look up to.
Outside for Pippen. And it's denied. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain position here. Kennard, he's checked in for Bain.
Substitution.
Paolo Banchero's checked in for the Magic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Pippen. Rebound by the Magic. MP's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And the shot is good.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Outside Jackson. Oh, and Clark, it went in! Count it!
I feel like that's gonna go in.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Talk about Lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
Desmond Bane getting it done for Memphis. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you, stat-wise?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Black is out there with Cole Anthony. Then it's Paolo Banchero. Then there's Howard. And it's Wagner in at the 4 spot. Jackson against Wagner. And it's Clark in the corner. And stolen by Wagner. Anthony, the pass to Banchero. And Shams, nothing gets a workout like your phone. Now, we're talking NBA. We're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You've got 2 phones working, and I'm sure there's a third hidden in your back. Can you estimate how many texts do you send and receive a day? Is there even a number we can put with that?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis. And the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours. But this is what we sign up for. This is what we love to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you loved every second of it. Anthony in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Anthony's got the lead up to 6 now for Orlando.
That's on the defense. You got to guard Anthony from the corner.
Pippen, the pass to Aldama. Jackson, a screen on Banchero. Wells, he's checked in for Memphis.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for your Grizzlies, number 0, Jalen.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. It's Pippen on the way. Still scoreless. Count that bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Memphis foul. First personal
Yeah.
foul. Second team foul.
Banchero with the ball. Aldama's there. He gets that one.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
The Grizzlies trail by 6. Pippen kicks to Clark. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Jackson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And between his footwork and height, Jackson is a tough matchup for defenders. Here he takes full advantage and draws the foul.
All right, Shams, I know you can't reveal all your secrets, but how do you develop relationships with your sources, the players, the agents, the GMs, the scouts all over the NBA?
It comes year after year. This has been something I've been doing for the better course of the last 15 years. So for me, it's about relationships, it's about daily communication, and making sure that I keep the trust, I keep the faith, and I keep a level of respect with everyone that I come across. Relationships are the name of the game, especially in the NBA.
Well, that's what I've heard about you. They trust you. So if they're going to confide, they know they can trust you. I would think that would be maybe the core of how you operate.
Knew that was
Trust
coming.
and faith, and that develops early, not taking shortcuts. I'm very much for the long game.
Outstanding. Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Wells. Wagner against Jackson. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession. We'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. The Magic in second.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Baines checked in. Orlando also making some changes. Goga Bitadze comes in for Wagner. And Jalen Suggs is subbed in for Anthony. Bitadze the pass to Suggs. To the inside. Kicks it out to Banchero. Shot clock at 2. They grabbed their own miss. Pass to Suggs. It's Black in the corner from outside the arc. Another miss by Orlando. The Grizzlies trail by 8. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And let's not forget how terrific they've been on the offensive glass, throwing themselves on that backboard and being rewarded with additional points.
Here's Suggs. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising. An effective combo guard can really get it going at times.
When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but
MP up high, down hard.
What execution. MP getting up high for that finish.
Here's Pippen. Outside, Bain. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Clark outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. Now here's Morant. 11 points in the game. Pass to Bain. Launches it. Rebounded by Howard.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Wagner finds MP. Here's Suggs. Clock at 6. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
3 points.
MP's got 3 assists tonight.
And they're shooting just over 50% on their three-point attempts. Easy to see how they've been able to edge out in front.
Now here's Morant for 3. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far.
One.
He's only missed 2 shots from the floor.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Now Caldwell Pope. Pass to Suggs. Here's Bitadze. Back to Suggs.
2 minutes remaining.
And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
That's the thing about Suggs, a footballer in high school. He gives you physicality in the backcourt.
Bombed up there for Clark. They swipe it. And here's the fast break. Suggs leading the way.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Pass to Eldama. Wells kicks to Bain. Memphis moving it around. Here's Morant. The rebound by Bataze.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And Shams, what an right there. That is highlight reel stuff from MP.
That's a young, creative mind right there. MP doing work.
1:03 left here in the second. Morant surveying the D. Pass to Aldama. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
My bad, y'all. My
Aldama's
bad.
got 6 points.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
To the middle. Howard in the post. Aldama's there. That one drops for him. He's got 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Pass to Aldama. And a miss there on the triple.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Suggs. And the 3 off target. And so it's the Orlando Magic looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Back right after this.
Welcome, everyone, to tonight's show. Kicking things off, let's see some of the names on the injury list around the league.
The Clippers at less than full strength. With no Norman Powell, someone's going to have to score for them, especially from the range that he does. He's so lethal, guys. I mean, a guy is definitely going to be missed.
Yeah, this is a chance for the other guys on that roster to just shine.
Let us take some time now to talk about the first half, a commanding performance for the Magic.
They're moving at a high speed. When they get in space, they really push the pace. Makes them hard to keep up with.
Yeah, several times the defense couldn't get back. That created all sorts of mismatches.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. Thomas checked in for the Grizzlies. Howard's checked in for Orlando. Black comes in for Caldwell Pope. Magic leading by 12. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. And it's Edey in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
And again, Memphis no good.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
And that one is good from Suggs.
Boy, that's just the toughness basket by Suggs right there. Remember now, this young man was an all-state football player in high school.
Pass to Edey. And here is Bain. Off target with his 3.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Black dishes to Banchero. Played in with a nice touch.
Let's go, Paolo.
Banchero's got 9 points here in the second half.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Back to Morant. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Banchero, that's good.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Morant passes to Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. The 3 drills the three-pointer. Morant's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. Wagner's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
And it's Banchero missing. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Bain against Banchero. Pass to Morant. Shot clock at 5. The 15-footer. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Morant's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Grizzlies. Now Suggs. Banchero is screened for Suggs. The three-pointer is right on target. Suggs has got 21.
So tough trying to slow down Suggs, especially when he gets it going, because he's persistent and relentless.
Back to Morant.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
There's 1:59 left to play in the third.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Wagner outside. Suggs finds MP. And again, it's Orlando converting.
MP doing a nice job with the quick catch and shoot, not wanting to waste those touches.
Outside, Bain. Out to the right wing. 59 seconds left to play in the third.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pass to MP. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Howard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this is the thing about MP. He has the poise to take high percentage shots.
Here's Morant. He's got 26. Outside, Bain. Back to Morant. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got his 16th rebound on the night. To the paint. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game.
Despite his youth, MP showing grown man strength.
Other side of the post.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. They trail by 18. Takes a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Morant's got 15 points here in the second half.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Paolo Banchero getting it done for Orlando. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get right back to the action when we return. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so in the game for the Magic, Wagner is out there with Banchero. Then there's Black. Then it's Anthony. And it's MP in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Aldama. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And here is Anthony. Here's Howard, and MP throws it down.
Talk about a guy who never gives up. MP showing great effort.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Aldama passes to Clark. And the layup's good off the glass.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. MP with a screen on Bain. Here's Black. Black off the pick from Howard. Down low. Pippen finds Bain. Oh, good on the triple.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Pass to Aldama. Back to Pippen. 4 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Howard.
Hey, you're not going to trick him, Phoenix. Think again. That's a great block right there.
The Magic making a switch here. Suggs is checked in. Magic leading by 17. Pass to Banchero. Now here's Anthony, guarded by Bain. And Anthony with the basket on the assist from Banchero. Banchero's got 5 assists in the game. Clark with it. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pippen a screen. Payne for 3. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
The Grizzlies trail by 20. Wells passes to Pippen, and that's a foul. It's called on Cole Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Third minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Clark, the pass to Aldama. Trying to find Pippen. He's got it now. Bain against Anthony. Here's Clark. Just 5 on the clock. Banchero with the ball. On the wing, MP. Bain against Banchero. Back to MP. Outside Anthony. Magic moving the ball around. Wagner from long range. Here's Howard. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Now, this is what we want from MP. Night after night, an energetic performance on the offensive end.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The Grizzlies call timeout. Clark, what do you think about the Orlando Magic? Winning 47 games last season, their most in over a decade.
Boy, I love the core of this group in Orlando, Kevin. The development of their young guys, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, and the rest of those guys already starting to pay dividends. They could be a force for a while. These young guys are only going to get better.
Edey's checked in for the Grizzlies. Inside, here's Wells. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Bain against Anthony. Back to Suggs. Pass to MP. Anthony looking it over. Offline with his three.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Bain, no good.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
It's good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Memphis has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. Wells wide open. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
And the dunk by MP.
Nice drop off by Banchero. I mean, good unselfish play there.
And for Memphis, they're shooting around 40% from the floor here. Pass to Edey. Outside, Bain. And again, Memphis no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot. Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Suggs against Pippen. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, that's a combination of power and willpower. Suggs refusing to let the foul stop his shot.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Magic.
You know, this is an example of why conditioning can be so important. I mean, it can be critical. They continue to sprint the floor, and there's no let-up in sight.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
Bain's checked in for Pippen. The change for the Magic. Houston's checked in. Here's Howard. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. MP's got 16 points here in the second half.
Boy, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Outside, Bain. Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense in truth. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. But it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room, give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats.
Outside, Bain. Morant with it, working on Black. Morant's with the bucket.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Orlando's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. To the middle. The shot by Anthony, no good. Grizzlies shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Morant with the steal. Outside, Bain. Pass to Edey. Now Eldama from the arc, and the 3-ball is good.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
Howard kicks to Black. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity, always a plus.
Shoots from the baseline, and it's Morant missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Houston gets it to go.
The man has no heart, and that. That's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
Pass to Edey. 5 on the clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Payne for 3.
What the?
Here's Edey. He's guarded by Howard. Shoots a fader, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Here's Black. MP with a screen on Bain. Black the pass to Howard, and the dunk by MP.
This young kid's got some ups. MP throwing it down.
Grizzlies shooting the ball at 42%. Outside, Bain. Morant outside.
2 minutes remaining of the game. 2 minutes.
It's blocked. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Wagner outside. Pass to Howard. From 20 feet out. Good, he hits the jump shot. Howard's got 28 points for the game.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Morant.
Big
I figured that was.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Magic.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Howard.
Oh, I liked how he mixed it up on the glass. Wasn't afraid to get in there and do the dirty work. Showed some real grit and toughness tonight.
Outside Anthony, jacks up a 3, knocks down the 3-ball.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
12 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Aldama. Pass to Jackson. Morant outside. The 3-pointer off the mark. So it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win.
Okay, then. That's how we stand on business.
Great win tonight, MP.
So how you feeling about your recent play?
Not gonna lie, Coach, I feel pretty good.
So do we, which is why we think you're ready to run with the starters.
Coach, you playing with me? Oh my gosh, that's great. I've been looking forward to this opportunity.
Now remember when I told you this is a big boy league, MP?
Mm-hmm.
When the coaches make a move like this, it puts us in the crosshairs. It puts Cliff in the crosshairs too, because the buck stops with the general manager.
Well, like you said, it's a grown man's league, and if you can't handle that pressure, then you ain't gonna make it that far.
Glad we are understood.
Loud and clear, Coach.
It's time to prove you belong, MP. Good luck.